We learned that the Jets suck. The Jets have picked their new offensive coordinator. Our long national nightmare is over, and they have decided to hire disgraced former NFL head coach Nathaniel Hackett. You can't make this up. The guy was an epic failure with the Broncos. He's still getting paid by Denver, and he has landed in the New York City area there with gangrene, which is appropriate because in Denver, the Bronco fans felt like they had gangrene watching the team play last season. Now, meanwhile, 1,500 miles away, Dan Quinn, Medicine Man, has informed the teams that he has been doing a mating dance with that he is not interested in their job. His suitors are going to have to say no to him and hello to somebody else because he has decided to stay in Dallas as the defensive coordinator for the sorrowful Dallas Cowboys. Quinn was said to be in the running in one of the higher-ranked candidates for the Cardinal job, but also up for the Broncos and the Colts job. So let us discuss. Toss-up question. You toss it up. Here's the toss-up question. Bigger surprise, Nathaniel Hackett getting the Jets offensive coordinator gig or Dan Quinn staying with the Cowboys and turning down even getting to the final stages of the head coaching derby. So the arrow on this one is pointing at the man that can't hack it. All right, that's where it's pointing. My observations, I've got Asbestos, Ukrainian Energy Company, and WC Fields. And we will put all of these things together. We'll lock them together like Legos, and we'll make the foundation of this Maller monologue. So number one. In most businesses, we're going to start with this. In most businesses, if you performed the way Nathaniel Hackett did, you would be what's called undesirable. All right. That's the way the real world works. But we know we love our sports, but it's not the real world. In the real world, let's look at it like the internet world. If you are a rising internet star behind the scenes at Twitter, and you get hired away by Google, but you fail to produce, you don't do the things they hired you to do, then typically when you get fired, you don't then sidestep your way over to Facebook.
Hey, Google. Hey, Google.
Under any reasonable measurement, Hackett is bad at his job. He's a failure. He is to coaching what Asbestos is to construction. And given a very groggy but said to be sleeping giant, that all they needed was smelling salts. That was and I bought into it too. I said there's talent there in Denver. The foundation is there. They just need the proper coaching. They brought Russell Wilson. Now, Russell was bad too, but the coaching was dreadful. They were supposed to be set up on the launching pad, and they were ready for takeoff, and unfortunately, they exploded on the launching pad. They didn't even make it to orbit. Way before they made it to orbit, they exploded. So making Hackett toxic, at least in the perception of the general populace, but not in the coaching world, right? No grasp of clock management. The offensive play calling sucked. 27th in points scored in Denver. Of course, you wouldn't know that from the storyline coming out of New York. The Jets, when I say they are smothering Nathaniel Hackett with love, that this is some kind of coaching prodigy, may we all have someone talk about us the way that the Jets are talking about Nathaniel Hackett. Let me give you a little taste of this. Robert Saleh, who's more of a cheerleader than a coach, was slobbering all over Hackett. You would think that Nathaniel Hackett has the cure for cancer and the key to live forever. Take a listen, as Warner Wolf would say. Let's go to the audio tape.
We casted a wide net like we said we were going to. We interviewed, got well over 15 different candidates for this position. Went to college, went to different schemes, talked to different people. A lot of really, really, really good football coaches out there. But when it came back to a certain checklist that I was trying to go through, just checking boxes on what we were looking for with regards to this next offensive coordinator, just kept circling back to him. He checks every box that we were looking for. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but really, really excited about this and being able to get Nathaniel here.
Yeah. What are those boxes? You have a pulse. The fans hate you. They think you're incompetent. You're a failure as a head coach. I mean, what are those boxes? I mean, wowzers. Now that later on, we don't have the audio on this, but later on, trust me, he went on to rhapsodize. It was full open valve gush, 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 slobber, lick, slobber. Flattery. Now, page 2. So let's get to the how of it. How did Nathaniel Hackett land with the Jets? Now, Hackett, he got the gig for 2 reasons. It's not exactly a secret what's going on here. And we know in life, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And part of it, some will say, well, Hackett worked with Robert Saleh before, and that is true. That is part of it. The two worked together in Jacksonville about 8 years ago. Saleh coached the linebackers, and Hackett was the quarterback's coach. So they came up the coaching ladder together, and then Hackett became the offensive coordinator in Jacksonville back in the Doug Marrone era and was fired later on. He also called plays in Buffalo. But more importantly, I have determined, nobody else has this take. The take I'm about to give you, nobody else has it. All right, are you buckle up for this take? Hot take alert. Hot take alert. Nathaniel Hackett, he's the Hunter Biden of the NFL. He's the Hunter Biden of the NFL. He keeps getting high-paying jobs because of his connections, right? It's like the Jets, just like the Broncos, are playing the role of the Ukrainian energy company. The Broncos hired Hackett last year in large part because they thought they were getting Aaron Rodgers. They obviously didn't, and now the Jets are doing the same thing. There's no other reason to hire Hackett. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You'd think, fool me once, shame on you, right? Fool me twice? What are you doing? You're a bunch of Nimrods. You're Nimrods. Now, he got the Bronco job again because of the Rodgers connection. And now he gets another. That's not a head coaching job. But that's a good gig. Head offensive coordinator in a big market. That's a good job to have on your resume. And what a wacky world. What a wacky world. And we're already hearing that it's not exactly a secret that the Jets are putting on a full court press behind the scenes to massage the massive ego of Aaron Rodgers through middlemen, intermediaries, to let him know how much they really want him to come play in the swamplands of New Jersey for the other team, Big Apple adjacent. And I, for one, I hope that Aaron Rodgers says, screw you, and goes to some other team. And I don't even care what team it is. It could be the Raiders, it could be the 49ers, it doesn't matter to me. Just to screw over the Jets and teach these teams a lesson for hiring Nathaniel Hackett, right?